Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a surprise stream of 7 Days to Die. Everyone's assembled tonight, so we can attempt this Blood Moon, and nobody's gonna miss it. And to make it even more special, it's Pocket's first Blood Moon.
Hi, this is probably a mistake, but I'm here.
Yay! Cyrano should be here as well. He's just being a little shy tonight and is muted.
I am?
Oh, you're muted, so I'm gonna say you're shy.
Well, it's because I was arguing with the kitty. And the kitty was answering back to me, so this has started. Freaking teenagers.
Oh, I forgot to
Can I join the game now?
Yep. Join when ready.
Most of the world.
I forgot to note that it's a double experience and points night. Come on.
Oh, the server is currently paused.
Oh, right. There we are. I forgot
I
that
will
you
be
can't join when it's
in
paused.
a second here.
Everything looks good. You needed sniper ammo, right?
Yeah, I probably just an extra 150 at most should be more than comfortable.
Okay.
I just don't want to run out.
Yeah. I can't make boxes of it yet, I don't think. So... But I can make...
Oh. Okay.
I can make it the high-powered ammo.
Sure, you can make some of that.
Okay.
Whenever I say something, someone talks, and I'm like, I'm just gonna guess now. And I just said, and you started talking, I'm like, ah. I'm
Okay.
just terrible with timing. God damn it.
Oh, like I was when I first entered voice chat.
But you just give a little bit of time for everybody to just say something, and then you're about to say something, and then someone, oh, I have something to say. Oh, God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happens to me every time.
Yeah, take that food. Accidentally shut the wall. Why? Okay, so we have a little bit of time before the invasion.
You need to make a brass catcher mod for Pocket.
Hey, what?
What does-
Gets you the bullet casing back. So we don't have to make bullet casings, we only need to make the tips.
I'm here.
Welcome, welcome.
I just need the forged steel, short iron pipe, glue, mechanical parts, and scrap polymer.
Okay. Your bullets are in front of your Pocket.
Thank you.
So you need...
By the way, when I craft, does it use your resources?
Nope. Because my things
Oh,
are locked.
thank God.
How many short pipes?
I need 5. 5 of each except the scrap polymer, which I need 10 for.
Okay, so steel, pipe, polymer,
Glue,
glue.
mechanical parts. And now Lick Dick had pretty good luck.
Yeah, parts. Here we are.
Why are you licking your lips all the time? Is that a weird kink of yours?
Because it thinks you are delicious and is getting ready to devour you.
I know I am delicious, but God.
There you go.
May I have 1 iron again? 1 steel?
I can go get
If you have
one.
1 left.
What you need it for?
Because I would like to make 1 for myself.
Oh. One steel. There you go.
Alright, so on my end, I wanted to make...
Hmm. we'll harvest this stuff while we wait. You can never tell if the grass actually regrows or if I just miss stuff.
Okay, your grass catcher is inside the pork bench.
Pocket needs to go pick that up and apply it to his rifle.
Alrighty, I will in a second here.
No! No! No!
Can you guys keep talking for a second?
Absolutely not. You don't need that.
Alright. I have a really weird setup for audio, but it looks like it's working.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Where's the mod?
In the workbench.
Which one's the workbench?
The one with tools
The one
on
I'm in
it?
front of.
Okay, the one I can't
Touch
get
my
into.
dynamite. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Don't touch my dynamite. And why the hell are you crouching?
You shouldn't be bringing dynamite with you to... this
That has
event.
nothing to do with you. This is part of another separate project.
Yeah, your bottomless hole that draws all the zombies to the area.
Gosh.
Alright, friend. Yep, that still works.
Ceranos
Yeah.
brings all the zombies to the yard.
Why so sassy?
I currently have 2 audio setups right now. Like, in use. Because the game music was not wanting to come out of my earbuds.
Game refuses to cooperate.
It's Steam in general. Hey, party invite maybe?
Oh, yeah. Should probably do that.
Hey, would you? God. Kittens.
Alright, so
How long do we have till the Bloodmoon?
night starts at 22. We need to be over there for 20, though.
Okay. I'm gonna switch this.
The sky will turn red and we'll start getting thunder.
Okay. Video output device.
Yay, my trees are all grown up. Oh, no, not even. They're not fully grown yet. Are they? They look like they are, but they don't match the other trees.
Keep accidentally doing that. Almost time.
Man, no audio actually just wants to be configured today, it seems.
All the problems.
Yeah, so we're rushing over to the mine?
Yeah, we have a little bit of time.
I just like racing. Whee!
Yeah, he's bringing his motorcycle so that it can be destroyed.
I
It
see
would
that.
be in my inventory. It would be safely tucked away in my bag.
So he says, and then proceeds to lose it anyways.
I think I remember where the mine is.
Also, Ceranos, accept the party invite, dude.
No.
Then find your own spot to hole up.
No.
The reason we had to come over so early is you need to successfully get in.
Oh, get in there?
Yep.
Can we not build something so it's easier for me to jump in?
Unfortunately not. Those blocks are considered touching. There you go. And getting out, you can just literally walk out. So it's only getting in that's dangerous.
Huh, that's funny. I went too
And
far.
before they allow the zombies to start jumping.
The spiders can leap, but otherwise the only other thing we need to worry about is spitting zombies and, of course, the vultures. Oh, the lightning has started.
Anda. Now, whatever you do not mess up your jump.
No falling and broken legs, Ceranos.
The disappointment.
Much disappointment was had.
And I have a question. Why don't you put like a something over the
Because it doesn't look good. And it doesn't actually merge very well. I tried. It looked horrible. And
Well, at
had
least you
huge
could.
gaps.
If zombies would jump on it, you would be able to shoot them up.
They can't jump on top. The only things that can get in are the vultures. Wait, did you not notice I mined this way back? They can't just jump on top now? I put a lot of work on this place.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Why?
Well, why not?
What a waste of ammo. Why do you have a cigar in your mouth?
I do?
Yeah.
You've had one since I saw it all last session.
Neat.
Is it your
You
headwear?
want No, it's my face gear.
Oh, your face gear. Okay.
And I look very cool.
If you say so.
You are just jelly.
Grr. Oh, could I modify this? Not going to
Why are you crouching?
safety reasons, maybe?
Pew pew
Pew pew.
Pew.
pew pew.
Are there any face cosmetics? 7 days to die. Face. Let's see. Glasses. Slots.
Grass.
Glasses cosmetics. Oh, it's only for dyes? That's unfortunate. It's almost time. Oh, that's that. Oh shit. Ow! It didn't let me grab onto the ladder again.
Oof.
Did you
I
die?
have
I broke my legs.
a splint if you need one
It's
with me.
okay. By the power of regen, my legs are okay.
Cheater.
It's fine. Everything's okay. And
Does it start at 8 or does it start at 10?
I think it starts at 10.
Okay, I will be right back. I need to go to the restroom.
Alrighty.
Alright, how many level ups will I be getting?
Probably quite a few. By the way, it can spawn 8 zombies per person.
That's a solid zombie count.
Yeah.
He,
He didn't mute himself again for the second time tonight.
yeah. Don't mind me as I use you for aiming practice.
Sure.
Not actually firing anything, just using you for practice.
Yeah. I'm just smoothing this out so that the zombies are less likely to... The fuck happened there? I guess I'll just shove some dirt in the hole. Oh yeah. I have dirt. Yeah, that was weird. I'm mostly just doing this to get a little bit of experience while I wait. Not much, but hey. Did it again! Damn it, game, stop doing that. There we are. Nicely smooth it all out. And then watch the zombies proceed to absolutely ruin it when the Bloodmoon actually starts.
We'll see.
I mean, it's what they always do, so...
Oh, they attack the mountain for no reason?
Yeah, sometimes. There we are. Nice.
Guess who's back?
Dumbo.
Who the fuck is Dumbo?
Oh, is Jojo back? Did Jojo get back?
No! It was Slim Shady! Slim Shady came back. Did y'all forget about Slim Shady?
William Afton? Purple guy? He always comes back.
Are you just running outside?
Yeah, I'm just running around for the sake of it. To avoid boredom,
Did
mostly.
you pause the game?
Pause the game.
Okay, so it's not... The timer is not 1 each second, it's like 1 every 3 seconds.
It's every few seconds, yeah. It takes an hour per full day to pass.
Yay, jump. Woo! Like a pro.
I will not be jumping there until this is over.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I've fallen more than enough times and shattered my poor legs.
I do judge you, though.
It's okay, we judge you all the time.
That we do.
That's not true.
It's very true.
It's not true.
Alright, so as long as the rain stays away, I can light the enemies on fire.
Yep. Mostly the enemies are just going to keep falling into the pit over and over again, and we just need to make sure to kill the ones that can hurt us. I should have enough cobblestone to do the repairs tonight. That's fine.
Although, for the sake of having, of being able to kill some enemies, I would have loved to have, like, a little spot where I can see them and shoot them.
What do you mean?
I cannot climb on this to watch on the other side.
He wants to be able to shoot down into the pit, I think.
You can.
Yeah, where?
They don't just sit at the pit, you just need to be able to see the ladder. They're going to be climbing.
I mean, if they destroy the ladder...
They won't destroy the ladder. I've already run this several times.
Yeah, they likely will try and pathfind towards us.
Yeah, they will come here, they will fall down, and they will climb up the ladder. Infinitely. You just need to stand, like, here and shoot at the ladder as they're coming up. And, like, here and shoot at the ladder, and I will stand in the middle and shoot at the ladder.
Oh! Someone sent vultures at us.
Saranoff did.
Oh.
I didn't. That's the first time I'm not one. I'm not one.
Yeah, you're 2.
Yes, I know.
Because you
I
joined the
get
party
that now.
after.
I am aware.
Almost time.
Nope.
I can understand what's happening to me.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe I should throw some dynamite on the mountain.
No.
Maybe I should throw some dynamite here.
No.
Maybe I should not throw some dynamite.
Yeah, no dynamite.
Oh, come on, start it.
15 minutes. Here we go.
Such in a hurry to die.
Ready to gain like 20 levels. Pocket.
Oh, that'd be nice. All the damage increases.
Yeah.
The only sad thing is when zombie dies from fall damage, they don't actually bring us anything.
What's that? Is someone shooting? Oh, nail gun.
Yeah, I'm just repairing stuff that has taken damage. I don't want the stuff under our feet getting ruined.
Yeah.
Here we go.
They're here.
Hello! Running our direction.
Yeah, so the biggest problem is going to be vultures and spitters. Bye! Bye! Like those guys. And then they just fall down and climb back up over and over again. So foggy this night. Ah, my face. And I apparently can't aim for shit right now.
Same, I've been really bad at it too.
Why aren't they climbing back up?
Want me to go and investigate?
I mean, if you want to climb down there, you're more than welcome. Just don't go crying about dying. Oh, there we are. We're just taking them time.
Fail, motherfucker.
Oh, they're spawning down there now, too.
Well, I suppose the hole is deep enough now.
Yeah.
You guys look like you have this covered.
We're trying to.
There's a reason why I leveled up my sniper thingy.
That's like, I go to take a shot, you guys have already killed them. I've just been sitting here almost this entire time.
Well, at least you're saving your bullets.
Those friggin' jumping spiders that are the worst. Oh. Where is he? We got a cop somewhere spitting at us. There he is. Hello, officer. Goodbye, officer. Bloodmoon's not as dangerous now that we have this spot.
It's not even as dangerous in my game. Guess why?
Why?
The land of spikes.
Oh. Helmet didn't do much to protect his brain, did he? Or did it?
I have to get back here.
Okay. Clean up the corpses sitting here. Fix that earth up. Interesting that there never seems to be a screamer on Bloodmoon Night. Oh. Shit. Got in because I had to reload. What the hell hit me? You enjoying the fruits of killing all the zombies?
I have a lot of skill points to spend.
And we still have plenty of time left. It doesn't end until 4 a.m. Yeah. Oh, hello, officer.
Nothing to see here, officer.
Yeah. A bunch of patriotic citizens cleaning up the landscape from the invading zombie menace. Gotta repair my pistol. Ooh, radioactive lumberjack. Some of them are almost making it over. Oh, that's not good. Some of these guys are demo men.
What do demo men do?
If you hit their shaped charge, they explode.
Good to know now.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and... Why aren't they climbing? There we are. Demo Man 1 down. There should be another one coming. There he is. Sarno's just soaking up all our experience. Oh shit.
What?
Oh, just one had gotten across the gap. Just spider.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry for this.
Welcome back. Be very careful shooting the demo men. If you...
Or be like me and just leave them to Necros.
Yeah. I told you, be careful!
I didn't touch him.
Somebody shot him in the shaped charge. Now we're in big trouble because this whole thing falls apart.
Give me a sec. Where is... Give me a sec. I have dirt.
Dirt ain't gonna cut it when I have to fix this, so... Shit.
Cyrano, try and kill everything that
Times.
you see.
Okay. Good. It's mostly fixed.
Oh.
And because of that, the ladder's been broken. Move. I need out. I need out.
Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I couldn't get past you. This is gonna suck. Get out of my way. Ah,
Putting zombies behind you.
the zombies are pushing me up the ladder. I can't place the piece I need to. Shit! Keep pushing me off the friggin' ladder. Okay. Can I fix it this? Get out of my freaking way. Oh no, they made a huge fucking mess because of the explosion down here. This is a problem. And that goes there.
Yes. I managed. I managed.
That goes there.
Oh fuck. Ah.
Okay, ladder has been... The bottom of the ladder has been repaired.
Can someone just input regen? Legs broken. Doesn't work.
Well, somebody in chat needs to do it as the thing, so...
Dude. Save friend.
Okay, you can climb back up now.
They are very insistent on killing me.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Big wave just went down.
Stop pushing me up. Concussion now. Get the hell out of my way!
after a shot on them.
They keep knocking me off the ladder.
At least you have regen now, so no broken leg for you.
I keep managing to catch myself, so haven't needed regen.
Keep shooting.
Trying. I'm gonna have to do extensive repairs down here.
Oh yay, it's finished. Yay.
It's not done.
It's 2 a.m.
4 a.m.
Everybody knows there's nothing bad in the morning.
4 a.m. Cernos. 4 a.m.
Okay, it's just the music that I needed to start over again. Oh, okay. You are behind me.
So many of them. I hurt myself every time I fire my gun.
It's okay, your regen is fast enough so it doesn't even matter to you.
I have a broken arm now. Gonna die at this rate.
I'm managing to climb up. Fuck, I'm being pushed. I'm being pushed.
Oh, my leg is all smashed up now too. And I have a concussion.
Oh, no choice. I have to head back down. Exactly.
There we are. Other than my ever-increasing infection, I'm doing okay.
Boo-hoo.
Sorry, I'm trying up here.
Yeah, no.
Well, there's nothing left.
Hope enough bodies are just falling down. Don't have much more left in the gun, though.
Yeah, I can't even get up the ladder now, is the problem. This is why we're careful when we shoot demo men.
Fucking concussions.
At least I've only had to deal with a few birds.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them typically. Okay, night's over. I can begin repairs and cleaning up this huge-ass mess. I have to repair so much. Get the fuck out of my way! Thank you! Get out of my way, I said. Okay, we have a way out. Time to start cleaning. Oh, piss off.
Who's still delivering zombies to me?
Do I have a repair kit on me? No. Okay. You said I can just walk?
Yep. Should be able to, unless something important was destroyed.
No. I'm guessing all the zombies down there are dead.
Yeah, I gotta go
killed
down
everything.
and I have to hack them all up and clean everything. I see Ceranos has claimed all the loot already.
All of the loot.
Even our loot?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Just the bags.
You picked up all the loot.
Just the bags, and I share.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I don't know a single thing that you've gotten thus far since I've joined.
You've shared the engines.
I shared a lot of things. You just don't see it.
You have shared the engines.
Holy crap, the carnage.
Yeah, I have to repair so much because those 2 demo men exploded.
You have an infection, right?
I'm fine now. I just took antibiotics.
Ah, I was about to give you one.
Next time, don't take all the loot for yourself.
What'd you get, Ceranos?
Seriously? Mostly food. Can send you a screenshot.
You should have got a lot more than just food, or your loot level sucks. Yeah, mostly food, he says, with his inventory near full.
Mostly full. Mostly food. I didn't lie. Where is it? There you go.
It's the other reason
14
not
levels.
to loot your everything on your own is everybody has different loot levels.
Is it worth buying, like, stuff like perception when it's multiple points yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
As I said, it's more than you just looted everything. It's that you looted things which causes us to potentially get less.
That's it.
And that's perception maxed out.
Nice.
I actually only gained like 10 levels off of that.
I need one more level to max out my perception.
I got 2 levels.
Only 2 levels for that entire night?
Yep.
Even I got way more than that.
Well, you get much more experience than I do.
Oh, you probably didn't put stuff into the experience perk. That's why.
Yes, I did.
Then we should be getting the same experience. Okay, there we are. Okay. Zombies dealt with. Now... This place is in horrible shape down here. Everything is taking damage. They
I
weren't...
blame Ceranos. They cannot blame me if I blame myself. Neat strategy.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a while to clean this mess.
You need something to be brought to you?
No, I have everything I need to do it. It's gonna take a while.
It'll take a while.
They were attacking the pillars, which means we weren't standing close enough to the edge.
We were living on the edge.
Oh yeah, there's a whole piece taken out of here.
Yeah. That's all repaired now. Now I need to do the floor. Oh, I'm out of cobble, so I have to make more cobble. Jeez.
Do you need more small stone?
No, I need to go back to the house so that I'm not using more stone than we need to.
Alright.
If I make it with the cement mixer, I get way more. It's like 150 per small stone instead of 1.
Alright.
So I will be right back to continue cleaning up the mess.
You know what? We should blame someone, but anyone but me.
Why would we blame anyone but you?
Because I'm becoming a mainstream thing. That's not fine.
I mean,
Okay.
no demo men blew up until you started shooting.
I did not shoot the demo man. I shoot the thing behind the demo man, and then the demo man exploded.
Then you probably put a bullet through the demo man.
And maybe there was some lag, but that was not on me. That was on the internet.
If you shoot the demo man and you left the door open.
That was not me. I was the first out.
I was out for a good long time.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I just wasn't shooting at all when the demo men were around.
Yeah. Okay. Cobblestone rocks. Got 6 on me, so. Tons of cobble now. These need to be smelted. Smelt them after. That needs to be sold.
God bless the energy thingy.
And yeah, a bunch of this stuff. Coming back. All the crops are ready.
Oh wow, the trader guy actually said something nice for once.
So many zombies out here, 'cause you've been noisy around the house too much. We need to stop using
Oh
the
wow, there's
guns and stuff around the house.
one right there.
There was a whole horde of them right by the house.
Oh wow.
I mean, the area is infested because Ceranos used dynamite recently. A whole lot of it. And that massively ups our heat rating, which is how the game determines where to send the zombies.
I see.
If you want to use dynamite and go a long way away.
Me?
Yeah.
Why would I want to use the dynamite?
Because you've been using it and you've been making more.
That was for something else.
For your whole project, right? Where all the zombies are
That
being
whole
drawn.
project.
Okay. Even stuff up here is damaged? Jeez. Wow. Everything is in really rough shape. Repair absolutely everything.
Repair all the thing.
We almost lost the pipe bridge. Oh. I haven't even started going down yet to find out how badly everything down there is. Oh, this is all getting replaced with stones.
That'll last not a long time.
Oh. Very short duration.
This is a disappointment for everyone.
Mostly for you.
Well, I'm part of everyone.
Well, you aren't everyone.
Or you
though.
at least. You will tell me that you're not disappointed?
Not really.
You are a disappointment to me, then.
I got over the disappointment for that ages ago.
Well, I didn't.
Oh. How do I go about fixing this? How is all that busted up?
Dude, did you see my pit?
No.
Alright. Wanna see my pit?
Why would I want to see your hole?
Oh. It is deep.
That's even more reason not to see it.
Yeah.
It is very deep.
Gaping hole in the
Not
middle
gonna-
of the ground.
That's called a grave.
Or trenches, in my case.
No, that's not a trench.
I will be making a trench. All around the base.
Please don't.
If you get rid of all of the dirt in the world, where do the zombies spawn?
There's bedrock.
Also, they will still spawn on the bedrock.
Yeah.
Death really went out of their way.
Yeah, they don't need dirt to spawn. Okay. Such rough shape. Still in the middle of fixing stuff.
Yeah, and we still don't know who to blame about that.
Oh no, we 100% know who to blame.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
You.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
So original.
I mean, Pocket wasn't shooting. I make sure to aim far away from the beeping thing on their chest.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
you had
think
a stray
because,
bullet.
I get a little bit of lag because I'm on my potato.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it a potato clock?
Is it what?
Is it a potato clock?
Potato PC.
Well, that's just a potato PC.
Sure.
It's my arm sprained again. The game is not being kind to us tonight.
Oh no.
Need to figure out how to get more durability on my pistol.
It is kinder to you than you are to me, so you know.
We have sent nothing against you tonight.
I haven't sent anything against anyone.
Even the floor is in rough shape. Where the hell were they trying to dig? Oh, wait, no, it's from the demo man exploding, right.
And the moment exploded in high.
He exploded high, and then the other one that was right behind him fell down, because the ladder he was on broke.
But that's on the ladder.
No.
The ladder is the deal of this one.
That was on the first demo man exploding because he was shot in his explosiveness.
I still blame the shower.
And anything else I need to fix down here?
No, you repaired everything. You're a good man.
You see
Yeah,
any other
do
holes in the wall pocket?
Not specifically. Maybe like right where I am, maybe, but that might also be fine. That looks fine enough.
I'll come check it in just a moment. I think that's... Oh. Piece that needs repairing. There we are. We're just occasionally seeing a bit that's damaged, but nothing actually missing. But leaving damaged bits is no good either.
Mm-hmm.
This makes it easier for them to all this damage.
This right here, I don't know if that's a hole or
no,
anything.
that's texture, I think.
Okay.
It was because there's a couple damaged pieces, and it goes in the more it gets damaged, so...
Okay.
I think there might be another damaged piece, I just can't see it. Alright, I think we finally fixed it up. You know, half a day after the Bloodmoon ended. No, there's one here. Yeah,
Yep.
there it is.
Do you have a weapon repair kit on you?
I do, yes.
Should I give you
There you
my
go.
rifle to
No,
repair?
you can take it back.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if, like, it'd repair more if you did it.
No, it's always full. Is there a missing one there? No. It's fine.
Alright, thank you.
No problem.
Because that rifle got
I
blasted.
think it used to be like the repair kit would only repair a little bit, if I remember correctly.
And the more you repaired it, the level dropped.
Yeah.
Something wrong with the ladder here now. It used to automatically climb, now it doesn't. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that.
You don't blame me for this one too?
No. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake, and sometimes we blame Ceranos for that mistake, but not always.
See? Not always, just most of the time.
I don't blame you for...
Imagine someday you might be very popular and people are like, who the fuck was Cerinos? Don't ask.
Would be funny. Instead of, what would Jesus do? It's just blame Ceranos.
Yeah.
Got expelled from school? Blame Ceranos.
And the teacher is like, who the fuck is Cerinos? Fucking no.
Ceranos ate
That's-
my homework.
No, it's not the dog anymore, it's Ceranos ate my homework.
Hey, I was hungry and no one was feeding me. Okay, this is on them. You gotta feed your Cerinos. And then the book comes on and like, oh, that makes more sense.
I love how our car loads in before our house for me.
Oops. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
We got a small ball for the cat, like automatic balls,
Mm-hmm.
and he go ape shit crazy. He's scared of it, but at the same time, he's very intrigued by it.
Sounds about normal. it moves when it's not supposed to. It doesn't smell alive, so...
Like, the fuck is this? It's not alive!
It's not alive, but it's moving! Okay, there we are. Ready for the
I
next
see your hole.
I cannot hear the bloodstream of this thing. The fuck is it?
Okay. That used so many resources.
Yay. Okay, this is anything but straight.
Look, a massive hole in the ground. Now I'm gonna have to go and repair the defenses because those will be damaged too. There's zombies wandering into them. That one's damaged.
Yeah, dynamite's in the end caused me more work than it saved me.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
of course it's gonna cause you more work.
It did not cut
Okay, that
through.
is you. Oh, there's another zombie here.
Oh yeah, I think it's one I shot, but I forgot to clean up. Alright. Let's check the trader, because I haven't checked him and it's a new day.
Is it up to hold?
Welcome to Trader Joe's. I don't guarantee a thing, except that I don't like you.
Somebody sold a level 6 shovel to him.
I didn't.
I still have my shovel.
Yeah, the only reason I know it's something that was sold to him is it's damaged.
Is it a steel, an iron shovel?
Yep.
Okay, that's me.
Theranos claims he did not sell the shovel. And suddenly, because it's an iron shovel, yep, sold that.
Well, I thought you were talking about the steel shovel. I have my level 2 shovel here.
Okay.
Oh, you want a guarantee?
No, you cannot expect me to remember what I did yesterday. I'm not gonna fucking remember what I did today.
Everything is in such rough shape now. All my gear. I hope Alpha 21 is a long way off, because I've seen some of the patch notes for it. I'm not excited about having the entire game reworked again.
Sheesh.
We're gonna rework the game. Stop reworking the game. Just start, like, you know, just admit that you fucked up, and we'll forgive you. Start a new project. Do something like get someone with the graphics and everything.
Graphics aren't bad.
That it weren't particularly bad. It just it could be improved.
If you want to melt your computer, sure.
All graphics are the same on a potato.
See?
Improving the graphics are not going to improve Pocket's graphics.
Yep.
Nothing
Now
is going to
improving for
improve
the game's
graphics.
performance will improve my graphics.
Yes. They need to optimize, and they need to actually settle on what they want for the game, instead of every big update completely changing the entire game. Except, you know, zombies and base defense. Once they decide on that, they can actually start hammering things out and doing things like optimization and stuff. That
The
said,
wall is finally starting to look like something. But it still looks like Mount Rushmore from inside.
mechanical parts. Okay.
Which we all admit was a very stupid trip, Mom. going to the United States, Alice. Cyrinos. Really? Yeah, we're gonna see Mount Rushmore. This is not a trip I want to do, Mom.
Trip though.
Bring me to Disneyland. This is what I was expecting.
Press E to pick up frame shapes.
Yep.
Do not pick up the brain shapes.
Why not?
Because it's a shape that looks like a brain.
He said
No,
frame
it's because you're
shapes.
standing on it.
Ah,
That's
I
why.
heard brain shape.
Ceranos is becoming a zombie. Shoot him. All he can think about is brains.
Hey, zombies are about flesh, not brain. This
Clearly,
has been
someone's
done
never
already.
watched a zombie movie.
Hmm?
I said, clearly somebody's never watched a zombie movie.
Have you ever? Which movie have you seen where zombies were focused on brains?
Most of them.
Okay.
To be fair,
It's actually.
if the zombie-like thing were to actually happen, they'd be more like they'd go after the spine, not brains or just flesh.
You know, it's kind of their catchphrase, Theranos. Just saying.
So it was not until the 1985 film Return of the Living Dead did zombies consume brains.
Okay, your point?
My point was, it's not like zombies don't exclusively eat brains. It was in one of those movies, but in modern days, rarely they do focus on brain. They eat flesh. That's it.
And they wander around saying brains.
They don't say anything. They're zombies. They don't even have brains to say shit.
Yeah, no. Zombies, they're kind of known for shambling around and saying brains.
I will eat your fucking brain. So I might die from hunger.
He says after saying he's trying to outsmart me, but can't figure it out.
In what context?
You literally
Context
said it
is
yesterday.
Yeah,
In what context?
you can outsmart Necros in any type of game system. It just will take a lot of ingenuity.
In what context?
In any context.
I'm a very smart dude. Just
Unless it's City Skylines, then it's pretty easy. Because he hasn't played much of that game.
Yeah, but give me a couple days of playing and researching, and we'll be on the same field.
Be frank, like when you spoke about the multiplayer, I fully expected that we would be able to have our own fonts, our own cities, but being on the same map, just to be able to, you know, look at what the others are doing and having fun and chatting. I was very sad when that was not the case.
I mean, you can make your own base, right?
Kinda, but you're still sharing all the resources and income.
Only if you're on the same party.
He means
Otherwise-
City
Or-
Skylines. But yeah,
Oh, Skyline.
you can make
yeah.
your own thing here. Oh, boss time.
Oh?
Yeah.
Where should we go?
I just killed him at the trader's place.
You left the door open.
Yep. Door needs to stay open for the moment.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I spawn them in the field out here, I run in, I shut the door, and then we just shoot through the fence.
Alright.
And of course, Theranos picks the most annoying one to deal with. So,
All because I do admire you and I like you and you're my friend.
uh-huh.
This is how I treat all my friends.
So this is what we're gonna do. Theranos picks an
You're
annoying
so
one.
walking towards me.
Yep. Hi, Theranos.
Bye. Bye.
Have fun. Should have picked something less annoying. Hey, Chloe, how's it going?
Hello.
I gifted Ceranos the boss monsters.
Yeah, they're still following you though. Yeah, they're even despawning to reappear behind you.
Oh yeah, they teleport. I forgot about that.
I was trying to shoot them, but you were running too
Doors
far away.
open.
Come back to me. Come back to me, you fool.
And we're safe in here?
Yep. I mean, sometimes they manage to jump on one another's heads and get over the fence, but generally it's safe. No attempting to glitch through the walls, you silly zombies. Just don't shoot the one with a shield over his head, he's invincible.
There he is.
Yeah.
That works.
Alright. Have to chop them all up. Make a nice zombie stew. Woke up your 3 hours of sleep. Hope it was a good sleep.
No one needs sleep. Sleep is for the weak.
So I don't know how much longer I'll be able to play tonight.
Yeah, that's okay. But since
Probably
Sarah
another-
says sleep is for the weak, I guess I should message everybody about running Vampire tonight, huh? You don't need to sleep. You can run Vampire for us.
He goes quiet.
Surely it's not a problem, right? Right, Theranos?
Mm-hmm. What about Ceranos?
You said sleep is for the weak, therefore we can pester you to run Vampire, right? So you don't need sleep.
Hey, we're still on the week.
So?
So, I said sleep is for the week. We are on the week, not the weekend.
It's
But
always...
seriously, if I'm not busy, I don't mind playing or role playing. I just, you know, I will be limited on to what I can do because at some point I have to go to bed.
I think I might head out since I don't think I'll be able to go through another night
Okay.
and day.
Okay. Have a good night,
Yeah.
Pocket.
Wasn't a long one, but thanks for letting me hang out.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
I do enjoy hanging out with you, but now you're just abandoning me with him.
I
So
can
I know
help
how-
have things to do tomorrow.
You do?
Stuff and things.
Yes.
Things? You don't do things.
I do have things to do tomorrow. I'm basically computer building for someone tomorrow.
Always a fun
It'd
time.
be something that we could enjoy watching, like on a calm day. You know, you put the stream and we watch silly videos. I wonder if you're allowed to do that actually on Twitch.
No.
Since there's a lot of there's a lot
That
of
was
reach.
a bad idea.
It's how you get copyright claimed.
Yep.
And then you lose your account.
Anyway, I'm off.
Wait,
So good night.
Good night.
okay, good night.
But no, you,
So
you
suppose
can't play
that
other people's
as long as you have money, you're allowed to.
No, you can't play other people's content.
Okay, because there's a lot of streamers that just watch like YouTube videos and just watch
Sure,
memes and
but
everything.
if you are a big name and people like you, then they're not
Well,
going to
report you.
copyright claim you because they like you playing their stuff and it gives you views and notoriety. But if you're trying to build your channel off that stuff, then you're not helping them. And like, even if they do like it, they can still claim your videos and stuff. Like, that's the thing, is
If you're not monetized,
it doesn't matter whether you're monetized or not.
well, they claim your video. Okay, well they claim it. You don't get monetized, but
No, if you get 3 strikes, you lose your account.
then you just have fun making new YouTube's account every once in a while.
Until they decide to
Which-
IP ban you.
Do what?
Until they decide to IP ban you.
And you change your IP.
Shit!
They would have to Mac ban you to make it permanent. But even then, if you're on Linux, you can change your MAC address.
Yeah, and then you can get hit with lawsuits and stuff because you're avoiding bans and blah 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 blah.
But then you're on the internet, so they would have to find a way to actually get to you.
Yeah, it's called serving you court documents and getting the police to deliver them.
It's a bit harder, apparently. It's most often than not, it's not even worth the trouble.
No, it's usually not worth the trouble, but they can send it to your internet service provider, depending on your country, and then your ISP just delivers the notice.
And then you use NordVPN. Sorry, it's there's so many ways to go around certain stuff in life, but not necessarily NordVPN. I don't exactly know if that would work, but
Yeah, VPNs will help you to a degree, but if a company's cracking down on you, then whatever. Also, if you are monetized, well, then
You have
YouTube
your
or
bank
Twitch
account.
has your information and they can get a hold of you a lot easier.
hey, you cannot find me, dude. I have your fucking bank's account.
Yeah.
All right, that was not smart. This is why you should send your money in Swede.
What are you doing, anyways? What are you doing?
I'm doing fairly well. How about you?
What are you doing, I said.
Oh, I'm digging the wall to make them flat.
Yeah, but what is this supposed to be?
A very deep hole, so then it would be my base.
Okay.
I don't approve of all those surface dwellers, you know, the basic people.
You should have built further away.
Why?
So that you're not increasing the heat by the other base, but you know, we will live with it. Proceeds to open a
I
map
could
editor.
go and
and
dynamite a bunch of shit into another place, but
It's fine, you've already started building it, so...
mostly I've just started making a hole so I can just cover the first place, and then zombies will just pop out in the middle of it.
Oh, it's fine, like I said. You already started building it. It's cool!
Oh, you think it's cool? Yay!
I meant it's fine, not... We will
We
survive.
just like to flash my dreams, right?
Sure.
Why don't you acknowledge me, senpai?
Because it's what you want.
Feed my self-esteem.
No. Just no. Hate when this happens. I really do hate this debuff. It drives me absolutely insane.
What debuff?
Jumbled backpack. Open your inventory.
Ah.
Oh, what's here? Oh, my tokens.
Are you playing with it?
There. And now we're just gonna leave our inventory open until the debuff wears off, because I don't want everything jumbled again. There we are. Okay. Oh, I found an engine. So I can make myself a motorcycle. And we're gonna go hit the shops. Hopefully. Oh, I need to make electrical parts, because we're almost out. Okay. Oh, I could have just used the gyrocopter. Oh, I took the gas out already. The gyrocopter in storage. Motorcycle. Oh, I need to make a whole bunch of gas again. Great.
That?
Refuel. Oh. Right, modifications. Need mods for this. Take the big one, take the small one. Need to make electric parts too. Electrical parts, just this stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Get rid of that. Why isn't that working? Oh, because I'm trying to make it at the wrong spot. Silly, silly me.
An obnoxious little shit. That's time to do.
Oh yeah, I need to make the vehicle stuff. Make the reserve tank and the fuel saver. Oh, I need electric parts to make the headlights. There. Keep that. Deposit that. And now it's a lot more useful to us. Oh, right, it's out on the road. Already thinking I had parked it when I didn't. Great. Now I need to refuel it again. Zoom, zoom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Motorbike's pretty good. I think it uses about the same amount of fuel, though. No, because the truck holds more fuel, too. This is fine. This is fine.
Why do I hear fire?
I don't know why you hear fire. Nowhere near you. If you hear fire, it's your own fault.
Can't be my fault. I'm just digging a hole.
100% your fault.
There's been digging a hole.
No, because I'm nowhere near you, so it has to be your fault. Alrighty.
Hello, traveler.
I think these guys would be a lot more nervous when we come in with our guns and knives out.
Well, they don't give a shit. They have more guns and knives than we have.
Well, yeah. But having somebody come in with their guns and knives out, you'd think they're there for trouble. Journal Volume 6.
Maybe they consider themselves more trouble than you are.
Check back again, and I may have what you're looking for.
First Journal Volume 6. I need Volume 3. There. Completely maxed out perception.
Hey man, look at that sewer rat. He's here thinking he's gonna cause some trouble. Listen in, Doctor. Yes, sir.
Where do we want to go? We'll just head west. Due west. See if we can find a trader in this direction. Those vehicle mods definitely need an update. Oops. My hand off the mouse for a moment and immediately start running into things. Zoom! The flies have returned. Stop sending your fly minions, Cernos. So stop sending your fly minions to distract me.
Okay.
That was your problem.
Oh, you said stop flying flies, so that's just something else.
Enjoy your bear. And so begins the war.
We're not in work. Alright,
Wait, it didn't spawn a bear on you?
Nope.
Should have. Oh, it's probably waiting until you get to a spot where it can spawn.
Well, it just spawned, but you can shoot things in here.
No weapon isn't a valid command. That's why. Money, money. Morning. Oh man, I've gotten tough enough that they're spawning 2 now. Keeps trying to make it so I can't use weapons. You have to specify whether it's melee or ranged. You can't disable both. Yeah, it doesn't let you make me completely helpless. Because that would be unfair. Oops. Spawning rad vultures on myself. Oh well.
Hey.
I need to be more careful about that in the future. It's damage from traps.
It wasn't a lot that went away.
Yeah. It's expensive to spawn stuff. It's to the south of me. Oh. Yeah, we can go into that biome briefly. Wait, she's not gonna have anything new yet.
Give me the loot bear.
Yeah. This feels like it should be the default speed, not the turbo speed. I can see why the mod increased it to this.
What game you wish you could play again, but you cannot play because like you don't have the hardware or the tools you need to play it?
That's a good question.
For me, one of the best, and it's going to sound very stupid, but it's Dance Dance Revolution Mario for Mario. Oh my god, time I spent on this shit.
Yeah, DDR was good. I think for me, it's probably the original Gex game. Played that game when I was a kid and loved it. But, you know.
Who is Gex again? If you can remember me.
Gex the Gecko.
Oh, okay.
You could climb on like all the surfaces and it was super neat.
Yeah, that's a few games that I don't know why they don't make me anymore, even though they were rather popular.
I don't know.
Between a gecko and a hedgehog.
Well, Gex was what, Atari, I think. So
Yeah, I thought it was PlayStation.
the one I'm talking about was way before PlayStation.
Okay.
But I think Gex is owned by Atari. Let's actually look that up when I get back to base. That's something I'm curious about. There may have been more recent games that I'm just not aware of.
Another game that I am sad they don't make anymore is Rock Band. This was very
Oh,
fun.
they're
for
about
party-
to put out
party.
a new Rock Band.
Really?
Yeah. I just saw it in one of my news feeds yesterday, I think. It's
Do you
coming
think
out
they will also bring out the
November, I
with
think?
all, huh, with all the hardware? Because I don't have the guitar anymore.
I don't know. I think it's called Rocksmith now, not Rock Band.
No, Rocksmith, that's something else. Rocksmith is actually teaching you how to play guitar.
Okay, well, I'll check for just a moment. Since I'm gonna be looking up the Gex stuff anyways. Bad at this stuff. Alright, let's head inside and I'll look up both of those things. That's stuff I'm actually curious about. So... I'm curious about both, because, yeah, I enjoyed Rock Band as well. Oh, yeah, it's, Rocksmith, okay. Now, Gex. Who owns Gex? Gex the Gecko. Crystal Dynamics. Oh, they were
There
owned.
is a Rock Band VR.
They were owned by Square Enix until this year. Now the Embracer Group owns them. As of last month. When was the last Gex game? So the first one... Oh, it was a 3DO. Okay. It was released in 95. Huh. So that was either played on the 3DO or the Sega Saturn. One of the two of them. And then... last Gex game was in 1999. Oof. Yeah, I remember enjoying that game so much as a kid.
Okay, so Rock Band VR is basically you still need to get the guitar, and I'm like, okay, so you guys missed a fucking opportunity again.
Oh yeah, of course you need.
Just do a fucking glove.
The last few glove accessories that have come out for
VR is not that
gaming
good.
in general have not gone over very well.
Nope. It's because you need to make that like an additional thing,
I mean,
but at some point you're just lacking the thingies.
the last glove I can think of that actually came out was probably the Power Glove, unless there's been something else newer.
Oh, but there's been a lot of VR gloves for actual VR things. Good job. Okay, cat.
Is there a mod to make? Oh, E to harvest was a thing for the longest time. They removed it.
That and more against that.
Ah, there is a mod.
No candies for you.
Grab it.
Oh, my wall is actually kind of neat now. Neat. Very, very neat.
7 Days to Die Nexus.
So there was actually, what I meant is there actually like a piano app that works with VR gloves and actually VR boots too. They are custom, so you need to order it with the software that you can install on your Oculus Quest. But it does work, and that's actually very fun. But it's so what's the word? Targeted for certain things that not everyone would be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And also, you know, like you still have to be hella precise because the capture is not that great yet. And even with Oculus Quest, you know, like you have a Oculus Quest 2, I suppose. I think.
I do have a VR headset, yeah.
Okay. And as you know, like the precision is not all there yet.
Yeah, it takes time.
For example, they are actually working so surgeons can train themselves through VR with very, very work simulation. So it's actually like reproducing everything that the human body would do in certain circumstances. And holy goddamn shit, that's if you do not have any experience using those gloves, you are completely lost.
Oh,
Because-
I can imagine. But that's always the case for new hardware. If you don't have experience, it's going to be a nightmare to do.
Mhm.
So, why did it not?
But that's actually kind of neat. Like, imagine you would offer that to the public. Like, the public could download something to teach them about human anatomy. You could actually cut like.
You
I
know
don't
it's
know,
going to
do it.
turn into something else pretty much immediately.
Yeah, probably.
Like, you know what's going to happen.
Murder simulator.
No.
Worse than that.
As soon as you mention anatomy, what do you think it's gonna turn into? You know what it's gonna turn into.
Why would you bring that up? It wasn't actually something serious I was talking about.
Because it's what the internet's gonna do. It's the first mod out for like every game. You know it.
But then again, this is something that you would expect at this point. It's not like you would, of course, have stuff, but you would have just basically a faceless model that has nothing actually very precise. So you'd be like, huh.
No, you know people are gonna mod it, and why the hell is there a bear in our traps?
Our traps?
Yeah,
You mean around the house?
yeah,
Yeah, neat. We caught a bear.
yeah. Great, some of these. Steel traps around the house.
Precision sometimes. Sometimes
Much
Collider
more
gets to me.
durability, much more damage on these things. Takes so much steel to do. I miss the days when these were indestructible. I mean, I know why they changed it, but I miss the days they were indestructible.
You cannot go back to that time with
Oh, I could probably mod them to be indestructible. It's not too difficult. Just, I miss it.
But to get serious, okay, like you forget the fact that there are of course going to be assholes that's going to turn that into like a porn app.
Yeah, no. It's...
But you would learn how the human body react to like surgery and that kind of stuff. You'd be able to do like to understand. Okay, so I'm going to have my like someone is going to have their spleen removed. What's going to happen? And you have all that tutorial. Like you do everything, every single step, and then like, holy shit, that's hard. But at the same time, you're not killing anyone.
I mean, right now I believe they practice on cadavers. So.
Yeah, but cadavers are boring. They don't bleed. Well, at least not as much.
That's kind of the point.
But
you don't want to
use.
Yeah, but you don't want to traumatize them in their first go, or else it causes problems. So. Shit!
I want to traumatize them.
Hmm?
I want to traumatize them.
Traumatizing them is just gonna screw things up, and then they're not gonna be effective doctors. Also, you know,
Lawsuits.
from what I have actually heard recently, doctors, at least before they get certified, can't even seek mental health out. Like, mental health
It's
help,
very odd.
or they can't be certified. So...
It's actually very odd the fact that they cannot get, like, mental assistance.
It makes sense, but at the same time, it's fucked up.
Well, yeah, because, you know, like, the last thing I would like to give to someone with the power to, like, is someone with an addictive personality that ends up being very close to medication.
Not even that. Do you want somebody who is potentially suicidal operating on you?
Not really.
There you go. It makes sense. It's shitty because if they have problems, they can't seek out help. But at the same time, it makes sense why you're not going to certify somebody who needs to be on medication and stuff, especially because a lot of them end up working extremely long hours and won't be able to take their medications on the regular. So it is a very shitty thing, and it is heavily stigmatized, and a big, big problem. But at the same time, as shitty as it is, I can see why it is the way it is. What the hell did I come inside for again?
In Quebec, I don't know if it's the same all around Canada, but in Quebec, since there's not a lot of space in universities to go into med school, they actually do interviews to allow you to get to those schools, and the criteria will depend on the interviewer. So it's you will not, even if you have the best grade in your class, you're not guaranteed to be allowed into the school.
If the person interviewing you doesn't like you, you're screwed.
X reason. And this is actually something that was brought up to my father when he was getting there. Someone, like, he was studying with this lady, and this lady was way better than he was. Like,
yeah,
massive, big notes. My dad was straight A, but she was A+. And she wanted to go to med school.
Yeah.
And she was refused. And they did not give her a reason. So you kind of can only assume what the reason would be.
Yeah, so it doesn't take much for somebody to dislike you. Hell, it doesn't even need to be anything you did. They could be having a bad day and just decide nobody's getting it.
Yeah, which is like, it's just bad. It's bad all around.
Yeah, no, 100%. Hey, vote for books, everybody. No, it's
your business, fool.
It's shitty. Also, interviews don't really tell you anything about somebody other than can they bullshit you by telling you what you want to hear. It's like, it doesn't really tell you anything.
It just sucks that there's so many talented people that are not even able to get a chance because someone was having a bad day, like, oh yeah, no, you're not getting to this school because you're poor. And that's actually something that was brought up into University of Ottawa. is that they privileged people who had big incomes
Careful
to
out
get
there.
into their med programs. Even if it was just for the first year, then you go into another university, and it was like, wait, what? Someone wants to become a doctor. Someone wants to help us solve the doctor crisis in Canada, and especially like in Quebec. It's a big show. I don't know how bad it is in the rest of Canada. And you
From what I understand, the doctor crisis is bad all across. Well, not just doctors. The medical field is lacking personnel in like all areas all across Canada. And even in the States, from what I understand, it's pretty bad right now too.
For the States, I kind of understand because there's literally little to no support to go to school. Like, and that comes from someone from Canada, so I don't have all the information. But when you hear about how high loans go, how hard it is to actually secure those loans, and even if you do secure them, it's not guaranteed that you will have them until you're done with school. And then again, it's not guaranteed that you'll you get an internship.
Yeah.
So it's bad. It's like, guys, you're not helping anyone by being like. I understand that we all want less medical error, but if you don't get people to be trained to do the job, then you're just gonna end up with no people to do anything.
Yeah. Ooh, I just completed one. Wasteland treasures. I can now harvest military fibers. Nice.
Yay!
Chairs and trucks. Nice. Okay. What else do I need? Needle. Oh yeah, I completed needle and thread. So I'm missing 2, 4, and 5 pistol heat. But all the shops have just refreshed. Well, let's go get my gyrocopter out again. Next time we play, we can just hit E to harvest plants. Oh, right, mods. This. I don't need lights for the gyrocopter, that's fine. But I do need other things. Fuel saver. Yep, make that. And then reserve tank. Yep, make that. Himbo.
Just writing random stuff every 5 minutes.
So you get points, yeah. Point hungry fool.
I'm very happy that there's no option just to make you disembark of your vehicle because, holy shit.
Yeah, not to disembark, but there is options to cause you pain.
Force you to land, yes, but still. Like,
yeah.
There was one.
Yeah, being forced out of the vehicle, like when you're up here.
Yeah,
Just
because
falling
you just
to,
died.
yeah. It's already bad enough when they turn on the damage.
Like there's a few mods like this for Twitch where if you play GTA, you can force the guy out of the vehicle. So taking a plane is pretty much, you're offering yourself to a risk.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely going to kill you.
Especially in large streams, where you're gonna end up with more randoms coming in just to force you out as soon as possible. Twitch chat, we like you, but we also know you're evil and you hate us as much as you love us. So
Considering how much I don't really like you.
we descend into madness.
Be
Walk
right now or later?
all of the above.
I don't want to be always freezy. I'm already pretty much always freezy.
Break. Nice landing.
Good job.
Oh, I wish I could
What
pick
can
up
I get you
zombies
today?
with the gyrocopter. Just fly over you and drop a zombie or something.
Hmm?
I think that would be hilarious. I think I know both of those, but whatever. Oh, this guy doesn't have many books. Oh, he just has an entire friggin' truck, though. And an entire gyrocopter, wow.
Peace be with you.
Oh wait,
my
was
friend.
that a level 6 cell? No, it's a level.
Well, there's always Shamway up the road. You can try looting.
I don't have the fuel to go anywhere else at the moment. So I have to head back.
Yay!
Yay. Yay what?
Nothing. You're not involved in this.
Dash his hopes and dreams, chat. Send him demo men.
Holy shit! There's a bear.
Go higher. I'm gonna hit those trees if I don't.
Good bear. Scaring the crap out of me like that? How dare you?
Go up. Pull up! Don't hit the trees!
You're gonna hit the trees. You're gonna hit the trees. You have 6% left.
I know. Almost home
You
now.
won't be able to make it. You won't make it. You won't make it.
I'm good.
You will fall to your death.
Good.
Oh. You know, this doesn't make me happy when you say you're good.
I'm good.
Just pretend like you're not.
There you go, I crashed. Take that. Actually went really well. I need oil shale. Means I have to go out to the desert. Vroom vroom. Wait, why didn't... Oh, it did. Bringing you some friends to play with. There's a second hole now. Oh no, that's the hole I'm in.
But you. I don't have time to play. I'm too busy.
Do a wheelie? Do a wheelie.
You're fairly annoying.
Have fun. Zoom. Those guys shouldn't teleport, so They're not bosses. So before I couldn't figure out how I kept changing it from controlling with my mouse to controlling with the keyboard. All you have to do is click.
This is a lot worth.
And a lot of the mouse controls in games tend to suck. I actually like the mouse controls for the vehicles in this. Not so much for the helicopter, but...
This is actually something that they should do in, for example, games like GTA when you're the driver.
GTA can do mouse control, it just is absolutely horrible.
At this point?
Yeah, no, it's garbage.
Okay. Too much sensibility or not enough?
It doesn't very quickly change. It sort of leans and it's frustrating to use.
I see.
I gave it a try because, again, I use keyboard, not controller, so...
Controller peasant.
Controller peasant. What are you saying, controller peasant? I use keyboard and mouse.
Controller peasant.
I'm still not understanding the message here, Cyrano.
You don't have to understand me. I'm just being insane.
Okay.
There you go. Get a reactor now.
Yeah. Beginning to wonder if we need to call Dr. Malikov for you.
Doctor who?
Malikov.
Doctor who?
Malikov.
Fuck is this?
You don't recognize the name?
No.
You may be more familiar with his sons and daughters, the Malkavians. Now you understand?
Well, he's insane anyway.
Yeah.
He's not gonna help another insane person. And that's his fault when dismissed in the first place. Oh yeah, let's murder our sires. Nothing bad can happen.
Yeah, I don't even remember which antediluvians took part in that, but I know not all of them did.
I think it was, I think Saulo was part of it, but I'm not sure.
Wouldn't surprise me. Salu likes pretending he's all just and stuff, but no. Salu's messed up, man.
I think mostly it's how they wrote it, because they wanted him to be some kind of, like, antediluvian hero.
Well,
But
first edition they went with really, like, black and white morality, and there were still heroes in the world and stuff. And then when they did second edition, it was very much the light has gone out. This is truly a world of darkness. There's not these hidden kernels of light in the world.
except the hunters, because fuck them.
I mean, hunters aren't exactly hidden kernels of light. If you read up on it, it's literally they're being manipulated to fight this massive war. And they have their humanity stripped away in order to do so. And the things that are giving them their powers are just as monstrous, if not more so, than the creatures they're
Messenger?
hunting. I don't remember, but it's not just angels and stuff giving them powers. It's all sorts of entities. And yeah, the things giving them powers are just as messed up, if not more so, than the creatures they end up hunting as a result of it.
Sounds like a very fun time to be alive.
I mean, their previous iterations are now immortal, so much so that the creatures that gave them the power can't hurt them.
Yeah, that did not backfire.
Yep. Made them so powerful they can't do a damn thing to them. That's
Well, the
why...
goal was for them to be able to destroy creatures that were at least as powerful as they were. So, you know.
Yeah, and from
then,
what I
like,
understand, a lot of them may have turned on the people that gave them the powers and joined the very creatures they were supposed to destroy.
But you should read the World of Darkness sorcerer thing. It's actually quite interesting.
I specifically haven't read it because I know as soon as I do, I'm going to be like, I now have a whole bunch more things to add to my character.
No. Bad. I just want more stuff. Why don't you get? You have already more stuff than anyone in this fucking game. Could you just give it a break?
Well, you did see that my character's whole driving goal, which is a flaw, is that he has to continuously accumulate more power and knowledge, right?
This is kind of the recurring theme.
Well, no, it's actually a flaw this time. If I want to ignore that flaw for a short period of time, I have to spend willpower and stuff. So...
Oh, so it's a derangement?
Not a derangement, but it is a flaw. So...
It sounds like you were supposed to be a mage, but you failed to awaken.
Not awakening in this. But yeah. It's a possibility.
Would take a long time. Like, if the other players end up considering that, I wouldn't be against it, but I would have to read so much stuff,
I'm not
man.
trying to mix splats. I'm not. Because that is a
not the same.
mess. Yeah, it's not the same as in Chronicles, where everything fits nice and neatly together. It's very, very different.
But you did manage to play that once, if I understand.
No, I've never played Ascension.
Ah, okay.
I've only played Masquerade from Classic World. So...
The only thing with very powerful things like Mage, I would be more comfortable doing 1v1 kind of things. Because groups, when you play with groups and like, and it's not against you, like once again, I know how much I attack on you a lot. And
oh yeah, we poke fun at one another constantly. So, let's actually address that. Yes, I give Ceranos a very hard time, and we make fun of one another, etc., etc. That is how our friendship is, on both sides. Like, let's make that clear to stream now. We're not just being assholes to one another.
Well, I mean, yes, but...
Yes, but it's all in good fun. Yeah, exactly. Just, it's worth noting that to stream so that, you know, people don't legitimately get upset that we're being assholes to one another and stuff, as the internet is prone to doing. So...
He's really abusive and he keeps insulting his physique. It's like, you don't know what kind of shit I'm telling you.
But, yeah, anyways, you were saying.
But, I was saying that I give you a lot of shit, but it's only, most of the time, the only reason I give you a hard time when you want to do something that you consider fun is because I have to take into account that we have other players, and if I rob them of all their agency because they don't you don't need to do anything because you can solve everything.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It just along for the ride. And from what I've been told by Chaos, for example, he's very fine with that because he just enjoys seeing you doing your kit. And when I was playing Chronicle of Darkness with you, it was relatively fun because I would mess up and I would know that you would probably fix it.
Yeah, no,
That's
the thing is I will take a back seat and let people do whatever the fuck they want. And if you fuck up, I'll just clean up your mess. I'm fine with that. For your vampire game, I won't be taking the lead in most social situations, especially Camarilla-based. That'll be up to V. I'll be taking a complete backseat there because my character has no interest in Camarilla politics. Or politics in general, really. So, if you're looking to make someone specifically stand out for that, you have that whole thing. When it comes to the mystic arts, that's more my character's thing. And when it comes to researches, Leo and myself will work together.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, fuck you. I wrote something with a kid named Leo.
Leo was in one of the previous Masquerade games we played too.
Oh.
Yeah, you did Leo in one of the previous Masquerade games.
No, I did not. I did not get to play Leo.
You put Leo in one of the previous ones. I don't know whether you played him, but he was in.
Oh no, you were talking. Actually, that was it was Adrian, and with his Tyler.
Yes.
Which was indeed a little girl, but it was not. It was not Leo. Leo came when I was considering switching from mage to vampire when we were.
Okay.
We were asking, what kind of what could happen to Marion?
Okay. I knew you had made one and told us about it. I didn't remember much more than that though.
Oh, it's because I sent you something I've written for that character, and you were he was making blood monsters.
Okay.
I was like, does that exist? Not really.
It does,
I mean,
and
yes,
it doesn't.
But not really.
In Requiem, blood monsters, you're gonna get Circle of Crone stuff. But yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to the Masquerade game continuing. I don't get to play Masquerade very often, so when I do...
I don't get to play Masquerade often, but when I do it in my feet. Yeah, so I'm trying to involve everyone, but it's not always easy considering that the party has different interests and everything. So at some point, I might invite certain players to play small games just so they get something to do. For example, Mochi's character, without going into too much detail, is more a solitary character. Doing activities is not what his character is about.
Yeah.
But to make it interesting for him, because last game you noticed he did not get much to do.
I haven't observed enough about Mochi's character yet to make suggestions, so... But Mochi definitely seems to be an information gatherer as well, so...
He is an information gatherer on the side that, well, his character is a researcher. Well, his sire is named a scholar.
Yeah. I more meant, because of aspects and stuff. So, I think last session also, remember, we ran late at night, and Mochi tends to start shutting down later at night. Yeah. So.
For normal people who need regular sleep, right?
Yeah. Ah, crap. Boss votes. I get out of this hole.
Flaming nurses.
Hot nurses? Great. And... well, I need to go for that anyways, so...
But yeah, my main fun as a storyteller or GM or whatever is much more making the world react to people and just just for them to have actually fun with whatever I come up with, rather than really making challenges. And that's why, like, I know that putting you into a fight situation is, well, it's going to end one way.
Yeah, fist fights. You don't fight Betsumitsu in a fist fight. That is just asking to get yourself rearranged.
But you might end up with more traps. So this is something that can end up happening. And actually, I think I already warned the group, like, I have to play a way that will give you all the chance to shine. So for you, your chance to shine is to actually get some very easy fight, because you can kick everyone's ass.
Well, no. If somebody is wearing full body armor and stuff, I'm not going to be able to get my hands on their flesh. But if they're dumb enough to try and bite me because I can use my abilities reflexively, then they're going to have a bad time.
Reflexes. You just oh shit! Oh, I turned you into puddle by reflex. I'm really sorry about that. I was surprised.
Yeah. I mean, get strong enough and I can even use it when I'm staked.
For someone that enjoys flirty characters like Frey does, him playing a child actually makes me laugh inside, because I'm like, I cannot give you a girlfriend. You need to be aware of that. I don't want to end up in jail.
Yeah, no. It's
It's like, this is one of the moments in, actually, like in Vampire, the interview with the vampire that made me very, very uncomfortable. Like, yes, I know you about 300 years old, but you still are a child physically. So no, bad.
yeah.
But it also tells how Hollywood was a lot less concerned about a lot of things when actually showing things on TV, because people back then seemed to understand that TV is
Nuance
TV. It's not
is the
real life.
thing. Well, yeah, there's that, but also nuance. It's a thing that's mostly been lost, unfortunately, because first impressions have become more important than actual nuance and everything, which is deeply unfortunate.
Oh well, we have lost some great opportunity to make a lot of stories, like not even just stories, but like you cannot tell the same kind of stories because something too shocking. Okay, I had at some point we had a documentary explaining like the life of they did not show anything, of course, because that's a child, but you still could understand that in the story this child was not having a good time, and
Yeah.
I'm measuring my words here, but you could understand that without actually seeing it. But today, if you do the same thing, you get smashed with all you're showing this, or you're encouraging it, and you're going to give ideas to people. Like, no, we actually we're warning that this is something that can happen, and this is why you need to keep your fucking eyes open.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I've talked too long.
No, it's one of those things where you have to walk a fine line between does this give people ideas or does it serve as a warning? Because warnings can give people ideas. And but at the same time, warnings can also save people, right? So it's a fine line because also beyond giving ideas and saving people, it can also just cause hysteria. So it for anything, like even the whole like razor blades and apples at Halloween and stuff, like really I'm sure it gave some people ideas, and I'm sure some messed up people tried it before realizing this is a hell of a lot harder to hide than the urban legend makes it sound.
People are fucked up.
Yeah, no. People are, like, some people are really messed up, and it's the way it is. Like, they need help. But yeah, no,
They need help to meet Jail. Jail is a great guy.
Not necessarily. Like, it's also... Therapy could help a lot of these people, but therapy is friggin' expensive.
Inserting a Prius. Well, over in Canada, it depends on what your situation is. You have most jobs come with. Actually, I say most. That's not true.
So the moment you say it can be covered by employers, I'm gonna point out that is companies with a lot of money helping you pay for the very expensive therapy.
Yeah. That it costs.
So it's
Woo!
it's
I can dig.
not saying that it's not expensive. So yeah.
Oh, it's still expensive, but what I mean is you still like.
It's obtainable for some people, but at the same time, it really isn't. Because the other thing is, even if you can afford it, finding the time to go to therapy is a problem too, for a lot of people.
Yes.
If you need to put in, 70-hour work weeks, you don't have time for therapy.
Can you bring me a few repair kit? If you have some.
I do have some. Are you down in your hole?
Yes, I'm down in my hole.
No, I do think it's unfortunate because pretty much everyone could benefit from a little therapy. Even if you're not a deeply messed up person, therapy can help you realize some things about yourself that could greatly improve your life. So, everybody has something wrong with them. Nobody's perfect. So
I'm perfect. The fuck are you talking about? I don't have a narcissistic problem.
Yeah. So if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. If you
think you need therapy, you might be needing therapy.
Yeah. No, it can help everyone. Of
Because
course, finding a good therapist can be
hard.
The hard part.
I remember this is actually something that I was told a lot by a lot of like psychologists and everything. If you think you need therapy, it is most likely that you actually need therapy because people who need therapy not only don't tell themselves that, but if you realize that maybe there's something wrong, maybe you need to talk about it to someone, and someone who can actually help you decide whether or not it is as serious as you think it is.
Well, even if it's not serious, talking to people can help.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not a therapist, talking to people about some things can help. Some things you don't unburden people with. Like, some things people can't help you with. You need professional help for. And others, yeah, it
Go
can
to
really
your
help
local
you.
guru. Don't go to your local guru. Don't trust your fucking local guru. Oh, I've heard some terrifying stories about certain people that came out of cults and everything. I'm like, you still wasn't in that situation for like 10 years. Jesus.
Well, no, that's the thing, is like a lot of cults take advantage of the things that are wrong with people. Like, oh, you have trust issues. Okay, well, let's...
You can't trust me.
Yeah, exactly. And then you worm your way in and gain confidence, whatever.
And then you cannot trust your family. You cannot trust your friends because they don't understand you like I do.
And it's very sad.
Yes.
But yeah, sadly, that's what happens. Is shitty people take advantage of desperate people, or people who are too kind for their own good, or whatever else, and it causes problems.
Well, a friend of mine almost got wrapped into a cult. She managed to notice that it was a cult before getting wrapped up, but like her boyfriend at the time was well, a cult member, of course, and you know, like it was the stereotypical situation of they don't understand you like we do. We can help you. They don't trust what they say because they don't get it. They will never get it because they will think you're insane. Yeah, you're drawing a lot of conclusions right here, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunately, and this is like probably gonna upset a lot of people, but religion in general tries to create the us versus them mentality. Because it creates a sense of belonging. Not all religions do, and it's not just religions that do, because sports do it.
Yeah.
Pretty much any group that wants you to feel like you are part of it goes with the us versus them mentality. Not so, because it does work. Unfortunately, it works, it creates bonds, and hey, it is what it is.
There is a few cases, and not a lot, where it actually started to help people. But it started with someone that actually wanted to help people. Then when that person went away for X reason, maybe they did not have the resources anymore, or maybe they got sick, or maybe they died. Then the people who took over the business, or whatever, like the organization, they decided, you know what, there's money to be made.
Well, there's money to be made in everything, so shitty people gonna do what shitty people do. There's not much stopping it,
money.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna take my money, which is the money I need to run away.
No,
Seriously, I want to start a city called Hell. So when people tell you, go to hell,
there already
come over
is
there.
one,
We have
from what
very
I
fast
know.
internet over there. Sorry, you said?
There already is one.
Yeah, I know, in the US.
Well, I'm sure there's more than just the one in the US, because like, it's very rare that a city's the only city with that name.
Oh, it's like when you say that, oh, Paris is in France. Well, there's a Paris in Quebec. Well, in Quebec and in Ontario. And I'm like, really? But why?
Because it's easier to just use the same names.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I just called it Hades.
I'm sure there's
City
a
of
place named
Hades.
Hades
That's
as
nice.
well.
Yeah, no, probably.
Mountain trees.
So yeah, the new game I was playing earlier, Other Side.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of very interesting choices. Like, it's hard. You do not have healing spells. You do
Yeah.
not have life leech,
Yeah.
and your life does not regenerate after each fight. The only way that you can actually heal your characters is by sacrificing another character of the same level.
Okay.
But if you spread the experience between each character, then you end up with weaker character by the end, right? But another thing that they did is when you have to sacrifice your character to heal someone else, they actually gain part of their stats,
Okay.
which is actually very neat. And I'm like, I just lost my best tank because I had to heal my other best tank. And now I'm like, wait, but my best tank is even stronger. Shit! And that's actually a very fun mechanic that I really enjoy because certain character you grew attached, you know, like you spend a lot of time leveling them up, and you're like, but I don't want them to die. And then you have to sacrifice someone else to keep them alive, and then like, yay! And then you have to sacrifice them, and like, oh. I really had fun for the small. Hey, hello.
Oh.
You coming to help?
Yep. I need experience, so. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Make yourself a few buck of dirt.
I have lots of dirt.
Is there any games you're expecting or waiting for?
I don't have too much on my wait list right now. I'm trying to catch up on everything I already have. Like, especially even the things I'm already streaming. Like, I need to find time to finish off Terraria, because that's like 1 or 2 streams away from being done.
You finished, what's it called again? Rimworld, right?
Yeah, Rimworld's on hold for the next little while. While I...
Again, there's no finishing Rimworld.
Yeah, it's
because
just start a new game with new mods. So... You know, I'm probably never going to be done playing Rimworld on stream. It's just, when do I take breaks from Rimworld is more the question.
Yeah. I cannot wait for your Halloween stream.
I have no idea what I'm going to do for Halloween.
We're gonna play a bunch of Phasmophobia.
We'll really terrify people and play some Barbie.
What?
Barbie.
Okay, I heard some Kirby. I'm like, you're not gonna terrify, but Barbie, yeah, I can get it. That bitch is scary.
No, I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween.
She knows all my darkest secrets.
Of course. Barbie knows she's watching.
I told her way too much for the bitch.
You're so slow.
What do you mean so slow?
You're so slow. I've done 2 layers.
Well, I don't have unlimited mining, so I have to do it on my rhythm.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to see how many upgraded staminas I can make now. Because I just learned all the way to level 5 for those. It's gonna take so much coffee.
Well, I I can make a lot of coffee.
Dig, dig, dig. I think the next thing I'm gonna level is my healing and my damage reduction. What do I do after that? I don't know. Figure it out. Sounds like we have company.
Yay!
They don't sound happy with you.
Is it because I digged a hole?
I don't know. Maybe. Why'd you kill her?
She was very bitey.
Very bitey. Send her off to somebody who's into that thing.
I'm not that kind of person.
That's why I said send her off to somebody who is. Maybe other zombies are into
I'm not the kind of person
it?
who set people into stuff. And no, that's called necrophiliacs. And I don't know a lot of necrophiliacs. I think that the description of necrophilia in Vampire the Masquerade is actually hilarious. It's like, no, you don't have sex with dead bodies. Ew.
Why was my
You just
rifle
like to be around
loud?
them.
There's a silencer on my rifle. Why was that loud?
Shoot again? Because I didn't hear.
Why was there only one bullet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that time it was quiet. It just didn't sound loud, or it sounded loud last time. Oh well. I'm looking forward to all the trouble we're going to
Hey
get.
Kyle, how you doing?
Yes, hello. Hello, hello. So we're gonna get in so much trouble.
What?
We're gonna get in so much trouble in the Masquerade game.
Yeah.
On the plus side, everyone thinks the ghoul's dead now.
Yep.
Oh, that poor ghoul. I'm gonna need to find materials to put her back together.
I'm too gonna make a visit to the morgue.
That is one way, yeah.
Well, you could just ask Excella.
Yeah.
This is where she works.
Yeah. I could also just go hunt a bear.
I mean, please involve the other characters instead of hunting bears.
Nope, we're going into the wilderness. We're going bear hunting.
Fine. Werewolf it is.
It's a good thing I don't smell like the worm.
Maybe not.
Run away, leave the other characters. Leave them to their wolfy fate.
Okay, bye.
Have fun! Don't let the wolves bite too much!
But that's something where I would actually love to learn a little bit more about werewolf and old World of Darkness, just to understand. Okay, what are we supposed to be? I know most of them are eco-terrorists, but not all of them. I might be wrong though. Maybe they're all eco-terrorists.
Yeah, they basically are eco-terrorists because their whole thing is the worm is out of control because the Weaver corrupted them. And so you probably don't know too much about the Triat. I think that's what they're called anyways. The worm is entropy, while the Weaver is order. And the Weaver basically tied up the worm, and so it couldn't do anything, and it drove it insane.
Which draw the vampire.
Well, no.
They see the vampires in. They see the worm in the vampires from whenever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they call the beast, or if this.
No. It's never really explained, because even when I was reading about it, some people were like, but vampires are literally like perfection of the Weaver, because they are a static existence that does not change. So that is like perfect order. Which I kind of agree with.
They are a corruption of the human form at the same time. And they do tend to cause destruction.
Yes, but that is not what the worm is. Because other things that are the worm are like death, radiation, decay. All that stuff belongs to the worm, from what I understand. So vampires who are outside of that whole system are very much in purview of the Weaver. Because, like, cities are the purview of the Weaver. And that's where vampires frequent and stay. Can't remember whether I think humans exist outside the Triat, as always. Special exceptions, blah blah blah. And then there's also the Wild is the third part of the Triad. And it can be hard to determine where something actually lies, but for whatever reason, vampires absolutely reek of the worm.
If I remember correctly, also, the one who wrote Werewolf are not the same as the one who wrote Vampires.
Yes and no. I believe the core books are more or less done by the same people, but outside of that, yeah, it's different. Because there were a lot of people doing writing for White Wolf back in the day. And now...
White Wolf, they ruined the World of Darkness.
Now nobody from the original White Wolf is part of the current White Wolf.
Of course not. They pursue their true passion.
I mean, Onyx Path is what's left of the original White Wolf. So...
I think Onyx Path is the publisher now.
No, Onyx Path is what is left of the original White Wolf. It's 2 or 3 people from the original White Wolf make up Onyx Path, plus the new people that came in. If I remember correctly.
You having done most of my work for me. Good job, Steve.
It's experience. I'm getting good experience for this, so...
That's what we say to interns.
Well,
Don't worry, it is good experience for you. It's free labor for me, but good experience
Don't worry,
for you.
we'll pay you an exposure.
Oh my god. I was young and actually thought at some point this was a thing. And then I was like, and then the guy was very calm when explaining. It's like, dude, would you work that amount of hours for I will tell people about you? This is a very valid point, and I apologize for asking. The guy was super chill though. He still gave me a little drawing. Took it in like 5 minutes, but the chibi.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, thank you. And see that you can present to people.
Yeah, no. The only people who can legitimately say that are people with, like, billions of the audience, or like tens of millions.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else, the exposure ain't worth it.
Hey, look, if you have enough people following you, you have enough money to pay for my work.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Like, that's the thing as well, is like, there's no reason not to pay when you have enough people to actually be enough of an influence, because then you're just being a cheapskate.
Yeah. I feel like a foreman. I take breaks. While the young one is like, ding, 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 ding. I'm never giving up.
And then I start digging up under you, right?
Why would you do something like that?
Oh, I thought I leveled again. I don't have a way to get up to you, so...
Well, you can climb, then jump. Oh, there was a zombie that jumped?
No, that was the zombie you killed way before.
Okay. Well, did I try to kill and you finished?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she fell down and, got a serious case of bulletitis.
This is a very serious illness. You know, it's always followed by deafness.
Yeah.
Which is, I learned, uncurable.
And the necromancer laughs.
Yeah, but necromancers are hella expensive and they don't come out for everybody.
Death is temporary for the necromancer. Minor setback, you might say.
Actually, this is why I was actually surprised when I saw what necromancy was in World of Darkness. It's not actually raising the dead. It's just
No,
mostly communicating.
there's raising the dead.
For the Giovannis?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that must be one of the path then.
Yeah, so the first one you learn is Sepulchre, I believe.
Oh, by the way, I had to ask you that. Regarding the path.
What about it? Which path?
When you start any path,
Okay.
you get one main path that raise at the same time as your discipline, right?
Yes and
then
no.
the other ones you have to
So
purchase.
each time you put a point into... of course, this depends on edition. Each time you put a point into your thing, you can put a dot into any of your paths, I believe. It doesn't have to be your main one.
I will
But
have to double check because I think the books were saying otherwise, but
Each individual path or discipline has its own rules. So... And they're
But it's
all
not a
slightly
general-
differently.
Mhm.
But yeah, generally it's tied to the same thing. Like, thaumaturgy specifically, you can't increase... Or you can't... Is it thaumaturgy you can't... No, it's necromancy. You have to reach certain dot levels before you can purchase your next path. So... But yeah, anytime you get a dot in your main thing, most of them have rituals that you also get to pick every time, so... 29 to 36. Sweet.
So one of the explanation for some of the discipline for certain clans, for example, thaumaturgy,
Yeah.
was actually the mages that were affiliated with the Tremere
Mm-hmm.
that actually helped them set up that discipline.
Yep.
Like they used mortars to make spells that vampires could use, and I was like, this is actually kind of cool. And this was a little bit explained in World of Darkness Sorcerers. So the way that they explain it in the books is that hedge magic, so the magic that the even non-awakened can use.
Yeah, anybody can use hedge magic. Because it's just,
Knowledge.
yeah, it's just knowledge, and if anybody who follows the predefined rules can use it. So,
While mage can just decide, yeah, you know what, fuck the rules.
yeah, mages bend reality to their whims. Oops.
While magic does bend reality, but it's not to your whim. It's to the whim of someone who made the fucking spell.
Yeah, so hedge magic is you do set things, you get set results. And thaumaturgy actually used to work the same way. It actually mentions when you read the ritual section that thaumaturgy's rituals used to always succeed. You never had to roll for them, and that's how it works in Dark Ages, I believe. But then magic has grown weaker, or rather, magic has changed over the years, and that's no longer the case.
Alright, so now I have this one to do.
And then we'll drive you absolutely insane when someone is going to get their hands on some time-based shenanigans.
Oh,
For anyone unaware, Ceranos has a massive aversion to time travel.
time travel is bullshit. They're like spies in what's it called? Team Fortress. Spies are fucking bullshit.
Yeah, Ceranos hates time travel. Too
And you
deep,
should
right?
too. Everyone should head time travel.
Is it 1 or 2 deep that you're making it?
2.
Yeah.
I think because it's 2, but it could be 3, so I'm not quite sure yet.
No. Why would we give up the chance to screw around in medieval times?
Because you're going to attract the attention of people you don't want. And again, maybe on your end you would actually, I want to go meet Dracula. I want to go meet Dracula.
No, we'd be well before Dracula.
Wait, is Dracula still alive in Modern Nights?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is he doing in Modern Nights?
I don't know. But I believe Drac is still alive.
Probably sleeping though.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Seriously, aside of sleeping, vampires are not very useful.
Most vampires can still influence their land when they're
While
sleeping
sleeping.
if they're strong enough. Like, Chicago is a war zone between 2 sleeping vampires, so...
Yeah, but I thought that those were. Oh yeah, well, it works with Dracula then, because he is technically Methuselah level, right?
No, he's
first
only 6th or 7th generation.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was 4th.
I don't think so.
Give me a sec. Dracula is 5th generation.
5th gen, okay. So yeah, he's on par with those two.
Diablerie. Through Diablerie.
Okay. The other thing you have to be careful of is how recently did he become 5th gen? Is that
it was in Middle Ages because he killed one of the what's his fucking name?
Yeah, no, it was just, did he become 5th generation and 5th edition, or did he, or was
No, he
before that?
became
Yeah,
or,
no.
before.
Yeah.
Before picture. What was that sound?
What's that?
It was a sound like if something happened.
Oh, the beginning of the vote?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's weapons, mystery, or medical.
Dracula had massive balls in this song, you know. Like he made a vampire turn it. Like no, he did not ask. He said, "No, you're gonna turn me into a vampire." I'm not asking, and I'm not gonna ask twice.
Well, I mean, if you know somebody's a vampire and you're the prince of a country...
Like, if I start telling people that vampires are real, what do you think people are gonna do to you?
Yeah.
Oh, yay! Popping pills. Popping pills.
Stop popping pills to the Song of Storms. Food. Water. Continue mining. Oh, I said continue mining. We don't knife the minerals. We use our pick. And I think it's fortitude I want right now. Better rewards requests. That.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he jablerized Tabat. So, fucking Tabat. I think Tabat is actually his like brother or something,
Wouldn't surprise me.
or he was his sire. No, his sire was Lamba. With those names, who the fuck needs to go to school? No one's gonna be able to pronounce them properly.
Don't go making fun of ethnic
Is my voice check active?
Why is your voice check active? What do you mean?
Give me a sec. What is this? Ah, charismatic nature. Okay, you are being inspired.
No, I'm inspiring you.
Yeah, this is what I said. I'm being inspired.
Oh, I thought you said you are being inspired. I was like, what? Ready to gain even more benefits?
I mean, I am being inspired, but I'm not being inspiring. And you said sorry?
I increased your benefits even more.
Yay. Time to eat and drink water.
I figured since I'm actually doing things near you guys, I should put points into this.
All this chlorine thing. Nitrate powder.
Yeah. It's useful. I need it to make bullets.
I thought in my head was for medicine, but
It's
I
for
know,
medicine
wrong.
as well. But main use is bullets. This is a very useful vein right here. There's iron like right next to your place too. Just a ton of coal, a ton of nitrate. There's the iron nearby.
funny part is the only reason I started to dig here was because there was lead. And now I cannot find lead to save my life.
Oh, we have a lot of lead-backed base smelting, so... Time for another increase to your stuff.
And now I can upgrade. And
I get no benefits from my charismatic nature, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I find you quite charismatic.
There we are.
2D. 1 2D.
You dug too deep. Like the dwarves.
Fuck, I hate having to wait.
I even made you this one, didn't I?
Yeah. But that was 1.
Yeah. They're expensive
many
to make,
more.
so...
I need many more.
Yarr. Tapped out charismatic nature. Ooh, you get +1 to all attributes for being near me now.
Yay.
Did you just dig all the way down?
Oh. I get fired too quickly for that. I'm just making sure that when you dig, you do not get to the last one.
No, I'm into rock. I'm getting less experience now. Minerals are worth more experience than rock is.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Dig. Dig! Ah, yes, back into the nice chemical stuff. So how's your other group handling stuff? 'Cause we're in the same area at the same time, right?
You're in the same scenario, but they are playing with V20.
Ah,
The only difference is that, well, one of them has actual technomancy. So,
Okay. Yeah,
until
so-
you guys catch up in the years, then I'm going to change it. But it's like they still have the same events. What they do influence you. What you do influence them. So, most recently, they have learned what you were doing, and they were like, okay, well then in this situation, I'm just gonna go chill until we have news. And then when he got home, his home was completely ransacked. Well, someone was having fun with with the people that were working for him, and he was like, okay, so this just got already personal.
So do they know about us and influencing their stuff?
Yes, they are aware.
Okay.
They don't know exactly what you do because it's on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah,
But if,
obviously.
for example, you meet a NPC and this NPC then meet them, well, then they might know a little bit about you, or they would be able to say, "Oh, I know people like you." And if they breach the masquerade, well, you will also be aware.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious as to how much we were affecting one another's games, so...
Not that much. I didn't want, because they did not get the 30 points and everything.
Yeah, no.
But they wanted the basic experience because there's a lot of new players, and it was like, nah, we don't really want to go through all of that.
Yeah,
We just want to have
that's
a few
fair.
fun games.
That is 100% fair.
But as as far as we got last time, they are already rather intrigued because they're like, okay, so something is happening to us already. We barely got into the game. Yep. I just want you to know that there is danger, but I'm not going to push danger towards you. Danger is just going to come, whether or not you want. They're like, okay, are we gonna die? Probably.
Does that mean you've set us up as opposition?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
one of the
because
NPC
your response was...
Oh no,
they're-
they
Yeah.
it's because they are facing the same kind of danger as you,
Okay.
without having your overpower thingies. But then again, I have adjusted the difficulty for them.
Without being as experienced, yeah.
No! Fucking walls!
Yeah, no. Being experienced with the game definitely makes a big difference.
Especially when you want to play with people and you actually want them to have fun, and then you're like, well, that guy has been going through the start of every single fucking game, and he's done with that.
Yeah, and I feel bad when people want to play, like, a brand new game. It's like, I've done this, you know, several hundred times. I can't do it again.
Yeah, no, this is why I try to make it as fun for you, but
Yeah, and
It's
it's
not
also
easy.
why when people want, like, a brand new game, like you guys did for D&D, why I'm just like, fine, I'll run it. I would much rather run it than play in that type of game. But at the same time, I want to have games I'm playing in because I'm tired of being stuck as the forever DM.
yeah, no, well, I don't want you to be a forever DM. Like, do we have people speaking in the chat? No.
No, it's just,
Because we had
Nightbot.
7 people for a little while.
yeah, it fluctuates heavily.
What is your record of people? Was it when you got a raid, or
117 people, I believe, is the record.
people watching?
Yeah.
And how many subscribers now?
At present, I have 4 subscribers.
For followers, sorry.
Oh, followers? 114.
Nice.
Yeah. It has slowed down since I've actually switched to full-blown variety streaming instead of mainly focusing RimWorld. But that always happens. People want to watch their favorite games, right? So.
Of course. But of course, on my end, what I like is shenanigans. Like, if I play games and, well, if someone is playing games, I want to see something entertaining happen. I want to have fun with them. I want them to have fun too.
Yeah.
So if I'm watching a streamer that always stream the same thing and doesn't look like he's having fun, but he's just doing it because he has some views, I'm not watching this. What do you mean I must repair this? Who broke the ladder? Man, zombies.
Okay, I see.
So this is actually an issue with the angle. And now I see where it is. Fuck.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, how this corner isn't flat?
Yeah.
If
so,
we go one further, it's flat.
No, it's actually, if you look the wall and you look directly north, you will see how the blocks are actually.
Yeah, but look over here. This corner is completely flat.
Yes, it is.
If we go one deeper, I believe it becomes flat.
Where it causes issues is that all the items will be an angle nonetheless.
Yeah, going one deeper makes the corner perfectly flat.
Maybe I can correct this actually.
see. It's a completely flat corner now. I don't mind digging it out one more block. But if you want it as is, I'll just fill that in with rock. Also, we're about to get attacked.
By what?
Either zombie dogs, zombie vultures, or unknowns.
Yes.
Zombie
I do
dogs.
remember. No treasure chest from that.
No, it wasn't a boss fight. It was just a random attack.
So this is an issue is that the cubes go this way.
Yeah.
So that means that I fucked up.
There are some that you can put on an angle. Did not mean to do that. So do you want me to dig it out one more, or?
It's okay.
Okay, I'll fill it back in then.
Just hop on the corner and do it later. But now I'm just going to give you an exit.
Oh, a day has passed. I can go and actually see if he has new books.
That's fucked up. Go away, you. Go away, you.
For a second there, I thought it said pick up Ceranos, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't want to pick up Ceranos. He's heavy.
Pick up Ceranos, that's not what they meant. Let's go to a restaurant.
I don't want that either.
No one wants that. This is why I'm so lonely.
Forever alone?
My motorcycle.
I don't know where your motorcycle is. Did it get eaten by zombies?
No.
Did they think that the motorcycle had more brains than you?
Probably.
What do you
I mean, everything does.
Foolish mistake, zombies. Foolish mistake.
Yay, the trees are fully grown. Look at this majestic surrounding of ours.
Well, how about you browse your ass right out of my store?
Absolutely. Well, that is like a clown horn for them all.
It is a big disappointment to our generation.
What, that the horns suck?
Yes.
I see. That's a whole bunch more coal. Makes so much gunpowder. Clay is worth less. Shove that in there. Fill that up. Oh, we need to be smelting that. That lead can go in there. Stone. Oh, the lead is finally full. Make some bullet tips. Yeah, there we are. It only takes a moment once you get out of there for it to finish.
My cat is now so great and big.
Great
He's
big
all
cat.
Tall now. Tall now.
Tall cat?
Tall cat.
Beware,
He's
tall
in-
cat. It's going to eat you.
Yeah, at some point I'm pretty sure.
Like that. I accidentally deposited everything. I wasn't supposed to deposit everything. Nitrate can come out as well. Got a full stack of nitrate in here now, right? Yeah. Good enough. Good enough! Nitrate in here. Oh, what does Fortitude actually do for me? Fortitude itself does nothing for me. Thank you for the repairs. They are greatly appreciated. And no problem.
Yay.
No problem. I appreciate you being here at all.
Wait, I didn't get any repairs.
I believe repair is individual.
Yay, repairs for me too. I keep doing a mistake. CP, Alex. CP. Yay.
Oops.
Yay.
Oh.
There you go. I'm back to the pool.
Books. Books. Thank you for the books. If you put anything else, it won't let you send it.
Ah.
You could put supply books 0, because that's supply to me. And alternate between supply books and supply books 0. If you have to have different messages. Ta-da!
Let me in. Ooh,
I don't have a
run
second
away.
seat.
I can jump on your head. Let's go. Ah, doesn't work. We can do this, son. No, it doesn't work. Bye.
See ya.
Now, time to shoot you while you're in the air.
That actually damaged it, by the way. That took 5% away.
Oh. Good to know. And I'm sorry. It is both good to know and I didn't mean to.
I know you were just messing around. We're going to Traderland.
Trader land.
Yeah. It's where all the traders are.
All the evil traitor.
Oh, not traitor, trader.
The fun keeps going. The more you resist, the more angel.
Not something you should be saying.
I'm going to jail. Alright, so I think it will be it for me too, because it's almost midnight and did some decent gaming today.
It's after midnight. Quarter after.
See? I need to go to bed. It's after
Alright.
midnight.
Well, thank you for coming out and playing. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer. I want to try and find stuff we were aiming for.
Alright, have a good one.
Have a good night. Bye, Theranos. And then there was one. Ooh, level 6 solar cells. Too bad they're so damn expensive. I know that. Do I need volume 4? Pretty sure I need this. I'll buy volume 4, that's fine.
Much obliged, stranger.
Ooh, I just finished a bunch of things. Oh yeah! Finally finished Magnum. So can make good 44 ammo. And I think I just finished the Hunter's Journal. Hey, when I kill animals I get more stuff now. We're getting close on multiple things. Let's raid the church. The game did not like me saying that. The game's like, no, you're not raiding the bloody church. Just wanted to raid the church and get some resources. Shielded minions. At least shielded minions is better than shielded boss. Pile of garbage. Splorch. Splorch, splorch, splorch. Big Mama! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How can I help you today? It's a little bit hard to shoot through this. There we are. I love the dismemberment chance that just instantly kills them. Okay, it's not as hard to shoot through as I thought it was. Hello, Mr. Biker Man. I'm really burning through my bullets tonight. I need to get that Pistol Pete book. Can't really see you, so... Ow! I should be getting a lot more loot than I am. So we're up to like a 50% drop chance, I think. I say, and then I actually get the loot. Okay. We're good. Just wondering if it wasn't functioning properly. Always a risk with mods. Hey, does this work properly? Nah, it's broken. Soldier. Sounds like I'm chopping metal. And the biker disappeared in one hit. So I'm almost out. Bethesda RPG, it's broken before modding. It's true. And then modding will fix as many things as it breaks. Snake! Supply books. Thank you. Blade trap, batter up. We finally have decent lead, and now that we have lead, I keep finding it. Now that we no longer need to find it. Brass casings, always appreciated. Saves me from having to make more. Newspaper dispensers are nice to find because, as you can see here, they contain recipes sometimes. Next up, tools. Quiet in here. Where? Ooh. That's a revolver. Despite not being a revolver. The 44. It's actually pretty useful. I may switch over to that since I have all the schematics for it. Messed up my jump. Mainly because it didn't jump. So it looks like people hold up in here. Quite a few people, for that matter. Gotten so used to using the gun, that I'm having trouble stabbing them in the face. Stabbing them in the face now. Alright, what's this? Supercharger. Ooh, we didn't have that. Yeah, I got the answer for whether loot is working or not. It's working. It is most definitely working. So I think I'm going to expand the farm now that I have the pickup mod. I'm going to have to compare the pickup mod stuff though. I don't want to accidentally overwrite stuff. Dismantle that. That. Let's funny that I'm getting clothing piles. That officer. Yeah, I have to compare the mod stuff because I don't want it to be breaking other things. U-tops. Scrap that. Got so much leather now. And we have a nice stable supply of meat, given I can get it from zombies. Delicious, delicious zombie meat. You know it's the most nutritious thing in the world. Medkits. Yeah. We're good on loot now. I'm gonna be overwhelmed with enough. Theranos lied to us! He's not going to bed, he's playing other games. The traitor! Traitor! Traitor Theranos ran off with another game, leaving us behind. Hello there, radioactive girl. Radioactive tourist. Yeah. Yeah. And I can tell you why it is, too. So the sheet metal is because the sheet metal is considered to be iron, while the bars are steel. That is why that is. I mean, it's not a good reason, but that's the reason why. Wow, I actually broke my lockpick. Twice in a row. Did I not max my lockpicking out? Seems like since maxing my lockpicking out, I've gotten worse. Oh, that's a level 6 steel helmet. Can't disassemble that because... Disassemble that though. Anything else? Drink that. Shape charges, disassemble that, take that. Disassemble, disassemble. Eat a can of peas. Eat a can of chili. I need another solar bank. I've got a lot. Don't need the nitrate. Got the rockets. What's this? Recog. Increase my range. Oh, this is a recipe. That's actually real good. Because now I can make the learning elixir. And the learning elixir gives me more experience. Increases my experience gain by 50% for like 3 minutes, I think. That's the nitrate powder. This is a long enough runway. Gyrocopter real nice now that I know how to fly the bloody thing. As long as I'm careful, I can stay just above the tops of the trees so I don't waste fuel going up and down. Paintball arena. Going down too fast. Theranos' hole in the ground. The other hole I dug for the potassium, I think it was. Was there lead there? One of the two. Come on, clear the fence. Clear the fence. That landing was not utterly horrible. Yeah, I landed right on the not the runway, but, you know, the walkway. That's the term. My brain never wants to give me the right terms when I need them. Alright. That goes there. Take this old steel helm out and disassemble it. The new steel helm in there. You don't run on a walkway. It's true. It's a walkway, not a runway. Wear that, assemble that. Set everything I can. Mods go there. Got so many vests. Just like Mr. Burns. I wonder why that is. What led to that naming scheme? Yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful. And that must have aired ages ago. How long since that particular episode came out? These are the things we need to know. Damn! Been a long time. Before we continue, let's see if there is the, faster vehicles? Do we have a faster vehicles mod that's up to date? That ain't been updated since January. No comments enabled on this one, so... Nope, that's out of date. Oh yeah, I can supercharge them, which increases as well. I'm gonna do a quick restart of the game, and we will be right back into it. Just that I can harvest the plants without having to punch them. Molds. Plants, config, blocks. I just need to quickly make sure that we're not losing items by pressing E. That's what I was concerned about. Okay. I need to compare this to restore. Not that. Ever go looking for something and you can't find it, but when you're not looking for it, you always see it? This is exactly what I'm having right now. Less expensive seeds. Old farming. There we are. They were literally right next to one another. Set to 1. Okay. Looks like it's fine. I should not break anything. Hopefully. And then the game implodes and we lose everything. That's how this stuff works. Away we go. Alright. Now we should be able to quickly harvest our plants. Unless something else, like there's an incompatibility or something. I should be able to just run by, spam E, and harvest the plants. But I should also be able to punch them if I want to take my aggression out on all the flowers. This also means I can expand the farmland and grow a whole bunch more than what I'm currently growing. Because it takes quite a bit of time to punch everything. If I can just run by spamming E, it's significantly easier on me. Nope, it breaks things. Okay. So why do I only get 1? It's supposed to give me more than 1. Pick up plants, blocks, this. Probably, first of all, because it's not interacting with the skill. What does it say? This is This was literally updated. It's 5. It's updated the day that it said that. Oh, no. Okay. It's supposed to plant them, but it's not. Potato seeds. Okay. I think I'm actually going to call it here because I have to look through and fix this stuff. Thank you everyone for coming out and watching. I hope you had a good time. And I will see you tomorrow for whatever I end up playing. Have a good night, folks. Bye-bye.